at the forefront of politics.
Our enemy is Trump. He is the enemy. We gotta unite. If we're not a united party, we lose to Trump.
On the front lines of activism.
There's certain fights, if we don't engage, they win. This is a fundamental question of who we are.
And delivering your daily dose of comedy.
Donald Trump, when he had his physical, they had his blood pressure, and mine is higher than his. Oh. And the irony is mine is higher because of him.
From the blue wave.
We flipped enough seats to take control of the House. We control the House.
To 2020 and beyond. This is the Dean Obeidallah Show on Sirius XM Progress, Channel 127.
And welcome to the show, brothers and sisters. It is Wednesday, October 2nd. I am Dean Obeidallah, as always, your needy MBFF. I'm there on Twitter, on Facebook.com/Dean of Radio. Drop me an email, dean@deanofradio.com. Let's sum up quickly. As Rome burned, Nero played his fiddle. As America heads into a recession, Trump plays with his Twitter. Now, we're going to talk about impeachment today, but we're going to cover more later in this week, economic news. I have to be honest with you again. I've told you this. I am not rooting for the economy to be hurt. I'm not rooting for it to slow down. It hurts too many of our fellow Americans. And we'll beat Trump on the issues. But we have a recession in the manufacturing section, which happened yesterday, was kind of confirmed there. You've got wages not moving. You've got the last 2 days, the Dow, the stock market's gone down 800 points, 500 today and about 300 yesterday. And Friday, we're looking at the first jobs report in this new economic slowdown. So we'll see where that leads, where that comes out, get a sense of what's going on. What we'll especially look at is how the Trump administration consistently revises downwards the jobs reports from the months before. This is sort of their scam. I keep pointing it out to people. The headline will be, we created 150,000 jobs this month. And then a month later or 2 months later, they'll revise that jobs report from 2 months before going, we actually only created 110,000 jobs. So the headlines always look better. And this is part of the propaganda of this regime. That's what it is. It's not an administration, it's a regime. And in that world of the regime that we live in, where there's an authoritarian man in the White House, and with Ruth Ben-Ghiat on last night, and you didn't listen, I hope you'll check it out on demand. She's an expert on authoritarianism. And what we're seeing with Donald Trump, this meltdown, is on some level out of the authoritarian playbook. Not the meltdown per se, but what he's saying in this meltdown. That is alarming. It should alarm anyone who's an American patriot. Let me be blunt with you. It's not Democrat nor Republican at this point. In fact, Trump meltdown was trending on Twitter. And you know, we know that Trump, as sitting president, is above the law. We found out as well because he cursed on Twitter today. I would be suspended. Anyone else on Twitter would be suspended by cursing on Twitter, but not Trump. So not only is the president above American law, the president's also above Twitter law, apparently, because his account is not affected in any way by doing that. So before we play some of the audio, the day began as most days. Trump's first tweet of the day is about Donald Trump. His last tweet of the day is about Donald Trump. Trump's number one concern is Donald Trump. I dream of a president whose first and last thoughts of their day are about our country and how to make things better for fellow Americans. I don't think that's too much to ask for. I really don't. But Donald Trump begun the day slamming Adam Schiff. This is his new go-to attack person to go. He tweeted, Congressman Adam Schiff should resign for the crime of... Then, comma, I don't even know why. After reading a transcript of my conversation with the president of Ukraine, in parentheses, it was perfect, fraudulently fabricating a statement of the president of the United States and reading it to Congress, as though mine. He is sick. Then he goes on. There was a press conference with Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff together. During that, he is hate tweeting. He's freaking out. He tweets there, the do-nothing Democrats should be focused on building up our country. Irony alert, folks. Not wasting everyone's time and energy on bullshit, and he spells bullshit with all caps, which if I did that, I'd probably be suspended, which is what they've been doing ever since I got overwhelmingly elected in 2016. Then he puts the electoral vote he got 3.5 years ago. Get a better candidate this time. You're going to need it. And then he goes after Adam Schiff again. It's just a series of tweets. Adam Schiff should only be so lucky to have the brains, honor, and strength of Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. For a low-of-life like Schiff, who has completely fabricated my words and read them to Congress as though they were said by me, to demean in first-in-class West Point guy is sad. Now, what Trump's attack here is to say that his own words in his transcript, that we realize now, according to a poll that came out last night, only 40% of Republicans believe Trump brought up Joe Biden's name in his conversation with the Ukrainian president. It is undisputed he brought that up because it's in the transcript Donald Trump gave us. But Trump supporters are clearly not big fans of the reading stuff. So they're watching Fox News, which doesn't cover that. And Trump is now saying Adam Schiff made up that. That's why he keeps saying Adam Schiff's a liar, and going after whistleblower complaint. Because Trump's own words convict him of a crime. And he's trying to make it seem to his supporters that he never said, I brought up Joe Biden. I never brought up Hunter Biden. And I never asked for help. That's all a lie. So what we have now is Trump going crazy and then sitting in the Oval Office with the president of Finland like a hostage sitting next to him. Trump goes off, and I got to play some of this because it is insane. Here is Donald Trump today, clip number 1.
The conversation was perfect. It couldn't have been nicer. I saw Rick Scott. I saw many of the senators talking about it, many of the congressmen talking about it. Not a thing wrong. Unless you heard the Adam Schiff version where he made up my conversation. He actually made it up. It should be criminal. It should be treasonous. He made it up, every word of it, made up, and read to Congress as though I said it. And I'll tell you what, he should be forced to resign from Congress. Adam Schiff, he's a lowlife. He should be forced to resign. He took a perfect conversation, realized he couldn't read it to Congress because it was perfect. It was a very nice conversation. I knew many people were on the phone. Not only were many people on the phone, we had stenographers on the phone taking it down word for word. He took that conversation, which was perfect. He said, I can't read this. So he made up a conversation and he reported it and said it to Congress and to the American people. And it was horrible what he said. And that was supposed to be coming from me, but it was all fabricated. He should resign from office in disgrace. And frankly, they should look at him for treason because he is making up the words of the President of the United States. Not only words, but the meaning. And it's a disgrace. It should not be allowed to happen.
To be clear, Donald Trump is calling for Adam Schiff to be killed. Treason, the penalty would be in the time of war death. So Donald Trump is literally calling for Adam Schiff to be killed. He can't do it with the apparatus of our government. I think he's hoping one of his supporters do that. I'm hoping no supporter would give up their life for Donald Trump. I can assure you he is not worth your life. Donald Trump is worth nothing. He is garbage. So let's go back. Let's clear up once and for all I'll read from the exact words of Donald Trump. In fact, before we do that, we should play Donald Trump today, making it very clear that the words in the transcript are absolutely correct. They were all taken down. You heard him just say that now. A stenographer was there. It was all correct. So he is saying that these words are correct. This is his transcript, not the whistleblower complaint, not what Adam Schiff said. This is what Donald Trump says. Let me reread this again, parts of this, so we're all on the same page. And if you're a Trump supporter and you listen to this, here are Donald Trump's words. So not Adam Schiff's words. They're not the whistleblower complaint's words. They are Donald J. Trump, the man in the White House. He said, first thing, I will say that we do a lot for Ukraine, talking to President Zelensky in Ukraine. We spend a lot of effort and a lot of time, much more than European countries are doing, and they should be helping you more than they are. And then he goes on to say, I wouldn't say that it's reciprocal, his word, necessarily, because things are happening that are not good. But the United States has been very good to Ukraine. So there's Trump, and I didn't paraphrase anything. I condensed it a little because he went on and on to say, we do more for you than Germany, than Merkel, all that stuff. So he's saying, we do more from you than anybody. Literally said, I would not say that it is reciprocal. Meaning you're not giving us what I want. I'm not asking for that. At least not yet. Zelensky responds, the president, quote, yes, you are absolutely right. Not only 100%, but actually 1,000%. I am very grateful to you for that because the United States is doing quite a lot for the Ukraine. Goes on to praise Trump and then closes by saying, we are ready to continue to cooperate for the next step. Specifically, we are almost ready to buy more javelins from the United States for defense purposes. Again, the javelins and anti-tank missile that they need because Russia is having a hot war going on and killing Ukrainians every single day. So we are ready to continue to cooperate. And cooperate is whatever Trump wants. Trump goes on to say in response, I would like you to do us a favor, though. And first talks about CrowdStrike and the servers and things, the DNC servers in the Ukraine. That has nothing to do with American business. Then second asks, here's the thing, quote, the other thing, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son. These are right from Donald Trump's notes, the transcript that he said. So there's Trump saying there's a lot of talk about Biden's son. That Biden stopped the prosecution. And a lot of people want to find out about that. So whatever you can do with the attorney general would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution. So if you can look into it, it sounds horrible to me. And then again and again brings it up. And he says, later in the conversation, I will have Mr. Giuliani give you a call. I'm also going to have the Attorney General give you a call to get the bottom of it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I heard the prosecutor, again, this is the prosecutor Biden fired, was treated very badly. And he was a very fair prosecutor. So good luck with everything. Adding, your economy is going to get better and better. I predict it. So just these are the words of Donald Trump. You don't need Adam Schiff. You don't need a whistleblower. Donald Trump saying every word taken down by the stenographer. You just heard him. These are his words. He asked about Hunter Biden. The president of the Ukraine didn't bring up Hunter Biden. He asked about Joe Biden. The president of the Ukraine did not bring up Joe Biden. One person did. And this idea that this is about corruption, fighting corruption and stuff is absolute bullshit, because if it was about an enterprise of the government, Donald Trump would say, hey, we need you to fight corruption better. We need you to investigate corruption more. And here's the things. He would not start that if it was about government business with the words, I would like you to do us a favor, though. Fighting corruption is not a favor. Getting dirt on your political opponent, that is a favor. This is just common sense, folks. You don't ask for a favor if you're doing something in the interests of both governments. You're asking for a favor because you want help. And what does he want? He wants an investigation into Joe Biden's action firing that prosecutor. When was that person fired? March 2016. If it was so pressing to Donald Trump, why didn't he bring it up in 2017? Why didn't he bring it up in 2018? Why didn't he bring it up in April 2019 when he first spoke to Zelensky? Why did he wait till July 25th? The very day a Fox News poll came out hours before showing he's trailing Joe Biden by 10 points. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is a pretty clear case. So let's go back to some of the craziness today. And I want to play a little of Adam Schiff. So Donald Trump says Adam Schiff made it all. You just heard what I read. You heard everything I read. Here's what Adam Schiff last week at the congressional hearing with Joe McGuire, the DNI there. And here is Adam Schiff. Paraphrase this. Now, he did not read every word. And he could have done that. That would have just eliminated this bullshit we're dealing with. But here is Adam Schiff's opening that Trump says he made up everything. You heard what I said. Trump praised him, said we do more from anyone, uses the word reciprocal. Zelensky says, yes, we are ready. We need the javelins. Trump says, I want to ask you to do us a favor. Investigate the Bidens. Help me do that. I will get Bill Barr and Rudy Giuliani. Here is Adam Schiff's statement in Congress last week that Trump says is fabricated. You hear it now. Clip number 2.
And so what happened on that call? Zelensky begins by ingratiating himself, and he tries to enlist the support of the president. He expresses his interest in meeting with the president and says his country wants to acquire more weapons from us to defend itself. And what is the president's response? Well, it reads like a classic organized crime shakedown. Shorn of its rambling character and in not so many words, this is the essence of what the president communicates. We've been very good to your country, very good. No other country has done as much as we have. But you know what? I don't see much reciprocity here. I hear what you want. I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it. On this and on that, I'm going to put you in touch with people, and not just any people. I'm going to put you in touch with Attorney General of the United States, my Attorney General, Bill Barr. He's got the whole weight of the American law enforcement behind him. And I'm going to put you in touch with Rudy. You're going to love him, trust me. You know what I'm asking, and so I'm only going to say this a few more times.
So there's Adam Schiff. Now, clearly, Essence is absolutely right. The one thing that Trump did not say, and there's only one thing in there, Trump did not say, I want you to make up dirt on Joe Biden. He said, I want you to investigate Joe Biden. And Trump was hoping they'd find things, and maybe later he would push them to interpret the data to make it seem that. That's the only thing where Adam Schiff took a little liberty with. And do I wish he didn't? Yeah, I do, because Trump and his allies will use anything against it, but the essence is there. Reciprocal. I read you the word. Reciprocal right there. He said, No reciprocity. Trump said reciprocal right there. He said, we do more for you than anyone. Exactly there. I want to buy javelins. It's right there in the transcript. I want you to help us get dirt on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. That's, of course, there. Bill Barr will call you. Rudy Giuliani. It's there over and over and over and over. They want to argue over one line. They can do that. That's fine. I don't need that line. I don't need Adam Schiff's words. I don't need the whistleblower's words. I have the person who's going to put Donald Trump, who's going to impeach him and potentially convict him of crimes. And that person is Donald J. Trump. By his own words, by his own transcript. That's why Trump is freaking out. Trump finally got it through his orange leather face that releasing this transcript was the dumbest thing anyone's ever done. This is like a criminal going back to the scene of the crime. They robbed the place and go back to get change for the money they robbed. Hey, can you break a 20? Whoops, the cops are here. That's awkward. That's how ridiculous this is. That's how bad this is. This is like day one stuff. So here's Trump freaking out. And he's asked at the press conference, this is after the Oval Office, at the press conference, what did you want from Joe Biden? You can hear Jim Acosta yelling it. He's off microphone. What did you want from Joe Biden? And Trump entertains it, but Trump can't say what he wants because then out of his mouth, there'll be a video of him saying, I asked Joe Biden for this. So he's trying to play this game that I didn't ask Joe Biden. I didn't ask about Joe Biden. I didn't ask about Hunter Biden. That's Adam Schiff fabricated that. So now you have Trump playing games. Here's clip number 3 as he freaks out.
What do you want him to look into on Biden? Look, Biden and his son are stone cold crooked. And you know it. His son walks out with millions of dollars. The kid knows nothing. You know it, and so do we. Go ahead, ask a question.
The question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which was,
did you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you
him
hear
to
me?
Yes, sir.
Ask him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked
I've
you.
answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country. And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt.
All that was missing was Trump then looking in the camera and going, live from New York, it's Saturday night. That was like a parody. You can't even escalate that. Ask him a question. I answered your question. You heard him. He did not answer the question. And he had some rambling stuff before that. He would not answer the question. We have a transcript saying he asked the president of the Ukraine to investigate his political involvement in the middle of the 2020 campaign for something that Joe Biden allegedly did in March 2016. Folks, only a moron would think they're not connected to the campaign when you're asking about it in July 2019. If you do not believe they're connected, I can't help you because there's two scenarios. If you do not believe Trump asking in July 2019 about his leading opponent, and you don't think that's about the campaign, there's two things going on. One, you're a Trumper, so there's nothing I can say. Or two, you lack the intelligence to understand things. And I wish I could help you. And I say that without being an elitist. I'm saying that sincerely. I wish I could, but I can't. So in either case, I can't help you. But the reality is, I think most Trumpers get it, and they know it. And they go, okay, he brought up Hunter Biden, he brought up Joe Biden, he wanted to investigate him, so we're going to make up this fiction so we have something to defend Trump by, but he'll emails, whatever. Whatever doesn't matter, right? Because you're never going to peel away from him if you're a Trumper. For us, here's our job, my friends. Poll after poll shows an increasing number of Americans support not just an impeachment inquiry, but the impeachment of removal of Donald Trump. We're up to 47% and the lowest opposition. 25% in a new poll of voters, but they're Republicans, of course. 25% say it doesn't matter what Trump does, they're not going to peel away from him. Forget them. We want the other Republicans who are on board, almost 25% are on board with impeachment inquiry. We want the rest of those Republicans, and we want people in the middle. That's who you make your case to. Make the case very clearly. If you're talking at work, do the job. We're going to do this collectively. We have to be the counterbalance to Donald Trump's Twitter feed. When it comes up, tell your friends, just look at the transcript of Donald Trump. And I have tweeted out that passage countless times. If you're on Twitter, go to @DeanObidala. You can see it there. I posted it on Facebook, facebook.com/Dean of Radio. It's right there. You can take the picture, you can print it out and show it to your friends and go, Trump, this is Trump's transcript. He asked about Hunter Biden. He asked about Joe Biden. There's no other reason to do that but for the campaign. That's a violation of Federal Election Commission laws. It's also a bigger question here. The idea of a president inviting foreign interference into an election. And I would have to hope that the majority of Americans, solid majority, would say that's absolutely unequivocally wrong. And for your friends who are still saying, I defend Trump, ask them, what if President Obama called up the president of Ukraine and asked for dirt and to investigate Mitt Romney about something Mitt Romney allegedly did 3 years before? How would they respond? And just watch them go, they can't. You've got him. Game, set, match, checkmate, whatever you want to say. Walk away, drop the mic, boom, you got him. Just let them stew in their own juices of ineptness and stupidity and failure. That's fine. Because if you're supporting Trump at this point, even on this one, I can see you like Trump on other things. That's different. I disagree with you 150%. But this is too much, my friends. I have a lot of other clips, but instead of playing them, I want to hear from you. We have Congressman Mark Pocan on the top of the hour. Then we'll have a lot more time to talk. I'll play some more clips from today where Adam Schiff at the press conference doing a great job. Trump again lashing out even more. Unreal. Calling the whistleblower a spy again. So to sum up quickly, Donald Trump called the whistleblower a spy and that Adam Schiff has committed treason. Long story short, he wants them both put to death. That's what you do to spies. That's what you do to people who commit treason. If you stand up to Trump like an authoritarian, he wants you dead. Now, he can't do it, but will he use Bill Barr and the DOJ to next investigate? Are we going to suddenly hear Adam Schiff, they found some tax violation they have to investigate? Something else about Adam Schiff out of his past that we don't know about, DOJ is investigating. That's going to happen. That's what authoritarians do. And this whistleblower, and by the way, we may never find out the identity of a whistleblower. That's what the law is about, to protect their identity forever. And if Trump says, well, I want to confront him, Donald Trump will have that chance to confront the whistleblower. That'll be in a criminal court when he's on trial, because the Sixth Amendment gives you a right to confront your accuser. Besides that, nope. Not an impeachment, does not. They can do, Republicans will be there, it can be quiet. So let's take a break. Just let's see where we're going, huh, my friends? Does Trump use the DOJ and Bill Barr to investigate Adam Schiff and this whistleblower? Does Trump's lies, do you think it really moves people? And is it a fool's errand to try to reach out to some Republicans, not Trumpers, but I really think we can reach some. And if they're on the fence, ask them simply, what would they have done if President Obama in 2011, a year before the re-election, called up the president of the Ukraine and asked for dirt on Mitt Romney and said, hey, I heard Mitt Romney did something in 2008. Can you look into it now? And just see how they respond. And if they tell you they're fine with it, that's one thing. That's insane, but if they are, but just hear what they have to say, because that's my cure. There's no answer. You've got them cornered. Let's take a break. Come back. I want to hear from you. 866-997-4748 right here on the Dean Obeidallah Show.
The Dean Obeidallah Show.
Whoever's the next president, we should call them the 45th president of the United States. And this will go down as a dark time in America that we'll never refer to again.
SiriusXM Progress.